All right, gather around, my little friends. I've got a sparkling tale to share, a story filled with the sweet scent of freshly baked bread, the bustling energy of a busy town, and the warm hearts of its lovely people. Now quiet down and listen closely, for this isn't just any tale. It's a modern twist on a timeless story from the Bible, one that reminds us of a very important lesson. Everyone is important. So buckle up. Let your imaginations run wild as we set off on our adventure to a vibrant city called Harmonyville. Once upon a time, in a bustling city called Harmonyville, lived a kind-hearted girl named Emma. Emma was part of a vibrant community where everyone had their special role to play, just like in the parable of the lost sheep from the Bible. What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he has lost one of them, does not leave the 99 in the open country and go after the one that is lost until he finds it? Luke 15:4. This story speaks about how every individual is unique and important, just like each sheep in the flock. In Harmonyville, every person mattered. The mailman, the teacher, the gardener, and even the little paper boy. Everyone was important. They all worked together to make Harmonyville a wonderful place to live. One day, the town's baker, Mr. Johnson, had to leave the city for a few days. This caused worry among the townsfolk as Mr. Johnson was the only baker in town. Who would bake the bread now? The mayor proposed a solution. Every person in town would take turns to bake bread until Mr. Johnson returned. Emma, a brilliant baker herself, was thrilled at the opportunity. Just as it was her turn to bake, Emma fell ill. She had a fever and couldn't get out of bed. The town was abuzz with worry. Who would bake the bread now? Just like the lost sheep, they realized how valuable Emma was to the community, and they missed her dearly. Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. Philippians 2:4. Guided by this principle, little Tom, the paper boy, decided to step up. Even though he was the youngest, he believed in the Bible's teaching that everyone has a role to play, big or small. Tom remembered watching Emma bake cookies for the town's bake sale. He approached Emma's mother and asked her if she could guide him to bake the bread. With her help, Tom managed to bake enough loaves for the whole town. The townsfolk were amazed at the delicious bread Tom had baked. They cheered him on and thanked him for his contribution. Emma, from her window, smiled. She realized that just like the shepherd rejoiced over the found sheep, her community rejoiced over her recovery and Tom's achievement. Everyone in Harmonyville learned a valuable lesson that day. They understood the teaching from the parable of the lost sheep. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost. Luke 19:10. Each person, no matter how big or small, young or old, is important and can make a difference in the community. Everyone has unique gifts to offer, and when one person is missing, the community feels it. Just as the shepherd values each of his sheep, we should also value every individual in our society. As we journey through life, we must remember the principles of love, compassion, and understanding. We must learn to care for each other and understand our unique roles. As children, you have a unique role to play, just like Emma and Tom. You are the future and hold the potential to make your communities better places. You are valuable and you matter. Just like the lost sheep, you too are always worth finding. And with that, they all lived happily, understanding and respecting each other's worth in the beautiful city of Harmonyville. And just as Jesus taught us through the parable of the lost sheep, they knew that everyone is indeed very important.